What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a while. It has been a long time. It's been a minute. It is spooky season. It's October. It is time for Halloween. I know with everything going on in the pandemic, who knows if Halloween will even be a thing, but if it is and you want a super simple, easy, quick Pennywise makeup tutorial, just keep on watching. Okay, so I got my ball cap on. I put my hair in two braids and I kind of just twisted them, pinned the back, and I have my bald cap on. I may go with a different one, but this is the one they sent me with the wig. Yes, I'm wearing a wig, and I'll show you not the complete look, but from here up of what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so first off, what I'm going to do is prime my face. So I'm going to be using the sharp base tape to prime my skin. Now, in the original Pennywise movie, the original It, and then the new version It is the one I'm going to be recreating because I like him. I obviously love the Tim Curry one as well, but the It 2 is just I like it. He's a little bit more spooky. It's more modern. I just loved it. I loved both of them. So now that I've primed my face, I'm going to try to block out my brows. I'm not going to do it with glue. I've never tried it before, so I don't want to like mess it up and something happen. So I'm just going to be taking some concealer. So I'm going to be using the Colorpop No Filter Concealer, and I'm just going to put that over my brows. So I'm hoping this works. I attempted to try to block out my brows. Or I didn't attempt, I thought about it, but I just don't know. I just don't know if I can do it, if it would even work. So yeah, I don't know. Since this is going to be somewhat of a glam Pennywise, I'm going to make my brows more orange, because in the movie his hair is very ginger. So that's what I'm going to try to achieve with my brows. And I'm going to start with the eyes first. Bring that concealer down onto my lid to prep it for eyeshadow. So the palette that I'm going to be using for my brows for the eyes is the Tarteist Pro palette, because it has a black shade in it and a bunch of cool browns. So what I'm going to do first to prime the lids, I'm going to go in with this vintage. It's more of like a little white. It's more of a white shade. I love this palette because it smells like chocolate. I'm just going to dust that all over the lid just to get it nice and matte. Before I do the rest of my eyes, I'm actually going to try to make these brows a little bit more ginger. So I'm going to go in with I'm going in with the shade called Wispy, and I'm going to see if that will make my brows a little bit more ginger. But this is a little too dark. I actually have, let's do this one. Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. It is like Ring the Alarm, I think is the one. I'm going to try the shade called Alert. That one is more orange. I think this is the winner. Okay, so this is probably as good as it's going to get. And I'm just going to carve these out with some concealer. Or maybe just leave them fluffy like this. Okay, let's do this side. By doing that, putting a little bit of concealer and having it a little wet, I know it's going to make your brush look a little funky, but that actually brought out the orange a bit more in my brows, if you guys can see that. I went in a little bit darker on the side of originally, which I probably should have just wiped it off, but it's okay. So like that is what the true color will look like. It's very ginger, which is what I'm going for. All right, so now that the brows are complete, let's start working on our eyes. Actually going to go back in with the Tarteist Pro palette and start off with the shade Vamp. It is a very dark brown, and I'm just going to work that into the crease. And this doesn't have to be neat unless you want it to be, obviously, but this is going to be slightly messy, and we're going for like a really dark eye. If you need a reference picture or you want to do a little bit more glam, just go ahead. I have this image pulled up right here on my laptop, so I have something to reference. His eyes are pretty much just like all the way dark, some smudging. So, using Vamp on the tops of my lid, or in the crease, work that transition shade in. And now I'm going to be going into the black. So I'm going to be using Punk and putting that on my lid. With doing looks like this and doing dark, like smoked out shadow, it's just easier to start with the eyes first. That way you're not messing up your foundation in the process. Brush and just diffuse the colors just a bit. I'm just going to go in with a little bit more of vintage and just kind of put it right on top a little bit to make my eyes just like more, like I said, just to make my eyes look more sunken in a bit. So now that my lids are done, I'm going to go in with a black liner. This one is by Makeup Forever, and I'm going to line my lower lash line. I haven't done this in such a long time. So I'm going to take this little smudger brush and I'm going to kind of blow out this liner. I'm going to take this firmer shader brush from Sigma, and I'm actually just going to work on the outer corner and just smudge this out a little bit and bring that in. And now we're going to do the skin. So I think the lightest shade I have is the Becca Ultimate 24-Hour Foundation in the shade Desert N2. You want to definitely go with at least like a shade or two, maybe 2 shades lighter than what your normal skin tone is. This is probably my lightest, and I may go in with a little bit of concealer to just make it a little bit more like fair. So I'm gonna just put this on. I think this is like the lightest shade I have actually. And I'm going to be using the Sigma flat kabuki brush and just tapping that in so it really sets into the skin. I'm only going to be taking the foundation right down to the bottom of my face. If you notice, most clowns don't ever take their makeup down their neck, excuse me. So I'm just going to bring it right down to my chin and my non-existent jawline. Hopefully when this is all put together, it looks good and it looks like Pennywise. So fingers crossed, pray for a miracle. Take my damp beauty sponge and just blend that all in. And I think I'm still gonna do some concealer under my eyes just to kind of give it a little bit more definition so my face doesn't look so flat. And I am going to contour a little bit, just like I said, just to kind of give it some more glam to it instead of being so flat. So I'm going to do a little bit of concealer, still keeping the shadow really nice. I'm going to contour my nose a little bit, but then the very tip, we're going to go ahead and do his little signature red nose and red lip. I'm actually going to set my face really quick with this Pacifica Crystal Rays Luminous Translucent Powder. This has a slight shimmer to it, but it is white. So this is actually perfect for this look. It's not going to leave your skin white. It's just going to set it. It does have a slight shimmer to it. That's the only thing. But you can barely tell. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that all over the face just to kind of set that foundation in. Good. So I'm just gonna go with my normal like contour brush and just kind of pack that on. I like this shade. It is very cool. Actually, it's probably out to date, but I'm just going to use a little bit just to kind of warm up the face a little bit, since we're doing like a soft glam Pennywise. I'm just going to do a little bit of contour. Put a little on my chin. I may go in with this black and just stamp it. Okay, we're back. I had to diffuse the cheeks a little bit because this side was a little bit too harsh with the black, and then I switched to the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in Sunkissed. So I just kind of took what was left on my foundation brush and just kind of patted it in, blended it with my beauty blender, and then just went ahead and dusted this on top. So it looks really dark right now. It looks like I just punched in the face, but it is very soft on the skin. So now that I've contoured the nose, I'm going to use a light pencil to outline where I want the smile to be. So the smile itself kind of curves in this way and goes up through the pupil of the eye. I'm going to take the Jeffree Star liner in Mannequin, and I'm just going to outline this mouth. I'm going to start this side because I feel like this side's a lot harder. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Unicorn Blood. This is my ultimate favorite red shade ever. And I'm going to be using a lip brush, if I can find it, or I'm going to use a angled brush, which is here. So I'm going to do my lips first, let those dry, and then work on my lines. So now that my lips are done, I'm going to take this lip brush and I'm going to just extend my smile a bit to make it look more creepy. I might go back in with some of this red. So now that I did the tops of it, I'm going to go in with this red and kind of just put it along top. To make it a little bit more of that true Pennywise red. So the nose is straight across. I'm like, oh, so the nose is just straight across here. I'm just going to use what's little left on the brush to outline the nose. Where's his cute little clown nose. It's literally just straight across the nose. So I'm just going to go straight in with this lipstick. Hopefully it doesn't stain my skin, but we'll see. I'm going to put on some lashes. I think this needs lashes for sure. And I was going to do a wing liner, but I think I'll just be good with some lashes. Okay, so now we're going to apply our lashes. I think this will just tie in the look all together. Okay, I think the lashes definitely tied everything together. I know it's very hard to see. Quick coat of mascara on my bottom lashes. And then I think we're... Okay, so now that I have my contacts in, if you guys can see them. Oh, come on closer. So now you guys can see what the contacts look like. I'll link these also. They're kind of, I mean, I think they're like perfect. They bring the outfit definitely all together. All of this stuff off Amazon. I found this collar off Amazon. This is like perfect. I don't remember how much it was, but we're going to add this on and tie it. I think that looks so cute. I got this very orange wig. So let's see if I can put this on. Oh my god, it looks so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna set that in place. You can kind of see the sides, which is why we're gonna do the pigtails, so you don't, obviously you can just leave your hair down if you wanted, like if you wanted to leave your hair down, maybe shift it to the side depending on how like you like your hairline. This would be really cute, so you can pin it up. And I have these little pom-poms, so maybe if you wanted to, you can just pin it up somehow like this and just like clip in a little pom-pom or something. Okay, so now that we have our little hair in I just have a little tank top on, by the way, so I have a little hair in pigtails. I'll take my rings off. I bought these gloves that were perfect to complete the look. And obviously you can, I bought some like fake nails. You can put big nails on, like claws. You can buy some fake teeth if you want to. Add some fake blood, make it look a little bit more gory. But I like this little soft glam moment. Okay, so there you have it. This is my soft glam Pennywise look with the wig, the gloves, the collar, and the contacts. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, and happy Halloween.